Hey everyone, today I have a build to show you guys. I call it Umbral Assault, and basically we're focusing on using aerial assault to summon Umbral Blades. So first I'm going to showcase a map real quick. We're at 349 corruption, so nothing too crazy. This is just the budget version, or I guess the starter version of the build, to get it up and running. So the gameplay essentially summon a bunch of Umbral Blades and wipes the entire screen. And we're using Smoke Bomb as a traversal skill so that we can kind of like hop around. This build, it's pretty fun. You can numlock cast your three Falcon skills, and manually press your decoy if you need it, and your smoke bomb for travel. The build does look scary on mana, but don't worry about it. You get mana back when your Falcon hits, so, and if you're killing things constantly. And there you go, map's done. So, that was mapping gameplay. So one of the things that's kind of annoying with this build is when you're casting aerial assault, because we changed it to where it doesn't carry you around to like a traversal skill anymore. You have like this animation where you stand, and it's quite a long animation, so you can get kind of screwed over if you're not paying attention. Anyway, that's the build. Pick this up real quick, and I'm going to show you the skill tree. So we'll start with the passives here. Some glancing blow, some crit strike, glancing blow again, throwing damage, dexterity, more throwing attack damage, some health and caltrops, more dexterity, armor on dexterity. I'll have the planner linked in the description so you guys can see, but mainly our build is based off of Razorfall boots. We want to stack as much dexterity, and there's a line here that says Aerial Assault's burst of feathers includes 2 Umbral Blades per 30 dexterity. So we want to stack dexterity as much as we can in increments of 30. Right now I'm at 103, which is not too hard to get, especially within the skill tree. There's a lot of dexterity nodes. I think the most we can get maybe is probably like what is it, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, what's after 150, 180? 180 dex would be the best. And yeah, so it's based off of these boots, and we're using first we'll go through not that passive tree, the skill trees. So for Umbral Blades, we're doing the blades explode when touched, so explosive blades, and homing and building shadow daggers on hit. For Falconer, we're putting a mark on them. Wake of Wings for the buff. Feather knives here. Train to hunt. Exposed weakness. This is where we're getting the mana gain per 40 total attributes. So I guess that means if you have, let's say, for example, 40 strength and 40 dexterity, you'll get 2 mana per kill or per hit on a rare enemy or boss. This is from my understanding for Hunter's Spoil. Smoke Bomb, nothing cool here or amazing here. It's just your regular glancing blows, Dusk Shroud, and create shadows. And we have our Moonlight Bomb obviously for our Silver Shroud stacks, so we're guaranteed a dodge. Here is Cloaked Incursion, so we change it to a traversal skill, and we jump around everywhere with Smoke Bomb, and we have our cooldown duration lessened because of that. Now, the reason why we do this is because we turn aerial assault not into a traversal skill anymore, so we remove it. If we were to keep this, take this point off, they would both count as traversal skills, and they would actually use each other's cooldown. So that's why we have this here, and it no longer moves you. The damage over time doesn't really matter for aerial assault, but yeah. So that's smoke bomb, and then we go into aerial assault. Aerial assault, we have avian hunter, our cooldown. We go into here to grab storm on the horizon, and here we have the armor shred and umbral blades on feather burst. And here we have cooldown, missing mana, cooldown recovered for dive bomb, missing health. So this is some utility, some defensive skills, and yes, that's it. So now for dive bomb is not a damage skill. We're turning it to a utility skill. Shorter cooldown here, more damage and less mana. Not saying it does the most amount of damage, but most of our damage is coming from aerial assault. Anyways, we have Shadow Falcons, Dusk Shrouds for more utility. Dusk Shrouds will give us dodge. A Shadow Falcon for primary attack. So this allows us to use Umbral Assault at the same time. Or sorry, not Umbral Assault, Aerial Assault at the same time while we're using Dive Bomb. And then Shadow Falcon's chance to dive again. Just more Dusk Shroud, more utility. And so you can, like I said before earlier in the video, in the mapping video, you can numlock, cast Falcon Strikes, Dive Bomb, and Aerial Assault all together. So then it kind of looks like this. You're just using all your Falcon skills, throw a smoke bomb, and yeah, that's basically the build. So another thing I want to bring up about the gameplay is that with dive bomb, we have a note here. If your Falcon lands inside the area of your smoke bomb, the smoke area lasts longer. This effect can occur once per smoke bomb. And also, with this one here, if your Shadow Falcons that land inside the area of your smoke bomb have a chance to take off again, so we can get more Dusk Shrouds, which is more defensive. More EHP overall, I guess. You don't necessarily have to always stay in your smoke bomb. So, you know, you're casting your skills, you're running around, throw your smoke bomb out. You can just like hang around here for a second and then just move. And then you probably have another time, by the time that's done, you have another smoke bomb ready, and then cast it again. And yeah, so again, don't sit around your smoke bomb. Literally stay there for a second and then move out. I also have an Aberroth kill video at the end. And once again, I'll link the planner in the description. This build was not made for me. I actually found a video on YouTube. I'll link his channel in the description below, as well as the last Epoch planner for this current build, budget version, quote, and then I will have another version for the aspirational. So a couple of the upgrades you do want to prioritize if you want to make this build from where it is now into getting better, or a better build. You'd want obviously dexterity and cooldown so that we can get our smoke bomb up faster and more aerial assaults. And you'd want to use this belt here. This has dexterity on. You would want dexterity and cooldown recovery. Not dexterity. Throwing damage as like the legendary affix, but these two items are pretty rare to find. If you can't get throwing damage, I would prioritize cooldown recovery first. Cooldown recovery is very important. The more smoke bombs you can throw, is more defense and more Silver Shroud stacks, so you can dodge more attacks. More tankiness, in other words. Aerial Assault obviously is our main damaging skill. And yes, so cooldown recovery is king for this build. Aside from Dex. But getting Dex is going to be pretty hard. It'll take a bit of grinding to get. Let's that's for the upgrades I would prioritize. So once again, boots, belt, you want to prioritize cooldown recovery. So for the rest of the items, we're going to want Liraka's Claws. The other two affixes don't matter except throwing critical strike multiplier as our Umbral Assault, aerial assault I mean, is throwing tag now. We want to get dexterity and throwing damage if possible for legendary affixes. Dexterity obviously comes first. We're using Bone Clamor Barbute. We want to use this. We're using this item because it has base dexterity, and once again we're trying to slam on dexterity and increased crit chance per dagger equipped, I believe. That would be pretty awesome if you can get those two legendary affixes. Amulet here is nothing special. This pen throwing damage. Dagger. You can do a lot here. Increased fizz damage. Critical strike multiplier. Critical strike chance. Chance to shred armor. 11 health. That's an affix that we don't need. This chest plate, I got pretty lucky with it. You want to use this because it has a 12% chance to receive a glancing blow when hit. Her glancing blow chance is actually 100%. I'm not sure. I'm definitely sure you can stack it over 100, but I'm not sure if it works beyond 100%. If that make like you would take like 70% less damage if you have 200% chance to receive glancing blow. But anyways, we have 100% glancing blow while just standing, so that's pretty cool. The rings, you would want throwing damage and dexterity. Same thing here. You want opal rings because of cooldown, and you would obviously want these as exalts. You want to prioritize dexterity, as more dexterity is more damage from Razorfall. We're using Trader's Tongue. We have it in the offhand for more critical strike chance. And you want +2 to dexterity skills. That would be ideal. And for the legendary, believe we want critical strike multiplier. Fizz pen. And maybe chance to apply armor shred or something like that. And now for the relic, same thing here. You want exalt dexterity, that's high priority, and throwing damage. In terms of like suffixes and stuff, it's basically what you can fit in for whatever resistances that you're short of. You can also, for the suffixes, you want to try to get some health as well. I also just realized that I'm actually nerfing my damage pretty hard. The dagger that you want is a Chris. A Chris basically has 35 to 65% critical strike multiplier as an implicit. So that's another thing that you'd want to use instead of this dagger. Using this, I could probably upgrade this like easily, but once again, this is the budget version, so it's like whatever I found off the ground. Yeah, and for the idols, we're just running critical strike multiplier and increased damage while wielding a dagger. All those around, and when you want to fit in your Harbinger needles, take this guy out, put in needles, and then put this here for more fizz res or something. I don't know. I just put whatever in. So that's the items. And now we're gonna go over the blessings. So we have a couple of important blessings here that will help you. This one here, I got lucky, got a max roll on this. Throwing damage, leech does health. Doesn't matter if you even get the lowest roll, just having this is really good. It's really nice. All resistances, OP. fire res. Some more loot. This one's important here. Physical, shredding physical resistance as we do physical damage. That's awesome. Increased stun chance. This is pretty good. You can get, for example, I believe like lightning res somewhere. Yeah, here you can get lightning res if you're short on lightning res. We have stun chance, just cause like stun can also act like a defensive skill when you're hitting things. But realistically, anything. This is like a free one. You can do anything with this one. And yeah, so that's all the blessings. Mainly, the most important two, I believe, would be leech throwing damage and physical shred. These two are super high priority. The rest is just like fitting in what your build needs. So that's the end of the video. I will link the last Epoch planner of my current version of the build, and then I'll have a bare bones aspirational version of the upgrades that you want to aim for. One thing to note is the amulet. You can literally use any kind of amulet. The only reason why I'm using this is because this, once again, this dropped for me, so I'm using this. This was the best I could have at the moment. And you don't necessarily have to use bone amulet. You can use anything you want. Yeah, so I'll leave you guys with Aberroth. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, leave it down below, and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching.
The altar of oblivion.
So you finally returned to me, and with a guest. But first, prove yourselves worthy.
Aberroth! Face us yourself! Not happening. Not happening.
Harbingers, entertain my dear sister for a moment.
Razorfall, don't worry about me!
Such wasted potential. Olympus would have welcomed you.
Not happening.
You fight for nothing!
Not happening.
We got this. See the beauty we were denied. Terror turned her back on us. Darkness reigns.
Not happening.
Gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fate. The Lord comes.
Not happening.
We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy. Oblivion.
Not happening.
Void half the world called to Orbis. This is his answer. The void comes.
Not happening.